to Nipsey Hussle. Out to the king, Nipsey. Nipsey Hussle, R.I.P. Big Dog. I just wanted to go live. Freaking neighbors, right? Oh, so I was sleeping, right? Did you never gave me your number, and I'm not trying to decode anything, so I don't. You never gave me your number. Hey, good morning. Shoot, I can't even see your name, Miss Lady. Oh, okay, whatever. Anyways, um, so my neighbors, I got new neighbors, right? And for some reason, the younger generation, they like they fight all the time, like you know what I'm saying. So in this apartment over here, I don't know how long they've been there, but it ain't been long. This morning, they were, you know, arguing at like 5 o'clock in the morning. It's Saturday, right? Did you see? Do you see it now on your screen? No, I don't see it. So it's Saturday, right? And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm sleeping and I wake up and I hear this woman, and I hear a dude going right back at it, right? And then I'm like, wait a minute. There's more than two voices out there, right? Too early, right? For the shenanigans, right? So I'm like, okay, it'll go away. I don't know who it is arguing because I have neighbors right here and they're a young couple too. And every now and then they'll go at it and even bust a window, but they haven't fought in a long time, but they're not new. So these neighbors over here, it's it's right in front of me. I don't know if you're having some type of mental issue or whatever, Tammy. Your phone number is not in front of me, and if you don't stop, I'm gonna block you. Your phone number is not on the screen. I don't want your phone number. I'm not interested. Something's wrong. All right. So, anyways, okay, whatever you say, man. Yeah, she's trolling me, and I'm about to block her if she doesn't stop. So, uh, anyway, anyways, uh, so I'm like, they'll go away, right? It'll go away. They just having a morning spout, whatever. It'll go away. I go back to sleep. I wake up 10 minutes later. They're going at it even louder now. What's up with this? Yeah, yeah. I'm about to block her, man, because I don't know what she's going or what's going on with her, but uh, yeah, I don't know what's going on with Tammy. Something's wrong with her because she keeps telling me her number is on the screen, and I'm like, there's no number on the screen. No number. Nobody can see the number on the screen. Quit asking me if I see your number. I don't even want your phone number. I just want you to be happy and I just want you to be full of love and life and enjoy my videos. I'm no longer interested. So just chill with that. I don't want to communicate with you in that fashion. So I'm okay with you looking at my videos and us responding. Yeah, Tammy, I don't know what your deal is, but I'm cool just with this right here. I do not want your phone number, so don't put your phone number on the screen or whatever the hell you're doing. Just don't do it and stop asking me because I'm not interested. Just be happy. Enjoy the videos. Not going to. Yeah, okay, fine. Just enjoy the videos. Anyways, so I wake up 10 minutes later. Boom, they're going at it again. I'm just like, man, okay. And then they're going at it even louder now. So I'm like, all right. So finally, after listening to them go at it for like a half hour, yeah, I'm tired. I just crawled back into bed, as a matter of fact. So finally, after listening to them for a while, I'm like, you're gonna need a bed to keep these chicks. Listen, women. Listen, I had a listen. I'm telling you now. I had a woman the other day. Like I met her on here the other day. Well, let me say this: the women that I meet online, yes, I am. I am a really nice guy, and that's what it is. The women that I meet online, um, I, I, what I try to do is, where the hell? I can't read what you said, baby, but what? Because I don't have my glasses. But what I try to do with the women online is, for one, I try to be nice to everyone. If someone is interested in me, that's fine. That's, you know what I'm saying. What I do is I communicate. I'm like, all right, what's your number? You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And if you keep telling me you're giving me your number and I don't see it, and then you put it in code, I don't. Look, I am not going to jump through hoops for no woman. Yeah, I just, I just, my apathy towards dating is like a real problem for me because I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like this right here, you hear this? Listen, listen. You hear that? Nothing. I covet that noise. That what? Listen to it again. You hear that? Nothing. I covet nothing. I covet the nothingness more than I covet the treasure of a woman because of what you saw. Because I was what I was talking about earlier today. I covet nothingness because there's oh my god, there's so much craziness in this world. I don't believe every woman is like that, but it see, I'm too old. I'm just getting too old for the, you know, what I'd rather do? I'd rather date somebody else's girl. I'm like, yo, son, can I? I'll take both of you to the movies. Let's go to the movies. Yo, son, y'all look great, man. Y'all look like a happy couple. I'll take both of y'all to dinner. Y'all want to go to dinner? I'll take both of y'all to dinner. I'll pay for it. Take them both to dinner. I get to talk to people. I get to look at a pretty face. And nobody's, busting down my door because I'm messing with their woman. Everybody's cool. I went on a date. No, I don't believe all women are a nutcase. No, you know what? I saw Tammy's picture. Tammy is not a dude. I saw this picture, but Tammy's 60 years old, and I think, she is has a. I think, well, there's a technology gap, and that's the reason why I've been putting up with some of the stuff she says, because I think it's the technology gap, but I'm not interested in her number anymore. Oh, she's still here. Yeah, I'm not interested. I think she's, no, Tammy's a woman, but Tammy's, but I'm just not interested. I don't really care about your phone number, Tammy. I don't. Telling you know something. Do I do I know? I know what. Yeah, I'm just not interested in And this is look. This is not an isolated case. Women see that I'm sweet, but I think women see that I'm sweet and think that I'm gullible, and I'm not. Yeah, yeah. I think that you're. I listen, Tam. I don't know. I don't, Tammy. I don't. If I thought that you were really a bothersome person, I would have blocked you. Yeah, I would have blocked you. I mean, but I'm not interested in you. One thing I do know is you view a lot of my videos, and you have some decent comments. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? But I just had to block two other chicks. One chick went off on me for something that I didn't do. And I'm like, what? Look, I do not have the wherewithal to give a damn about some rando. I don't. I don't. If you're gonna get on here and get on my nerves, I'm done. Yeah, yeah. Not to mention, I'm 52, so my desire for an older woman is past. My desire is for a younger woman because I'm 52. That's what 52-year-old men want. They want a younger woman. You know what I'm saying? So I would be looking at somebody younger than me. You know, I would be looking at a younger woman. High 20s, 30s. I would be more attracted to them. But I talk to everyone. But who I would be more willing to, seriously date is a younger woman. Can we get down to business and talk about the Rockets beating the? Ah! Okay, Tone, I'm with you. You don't have to put me. I'm not putting you on blast. I'm not putting you on blast. You keep asking me. You keep asking me about a phone number, and I'm like, stop doing that. I'm not interested in you like that. I'm not putting you on blast at all. I'm not doing that. No, I want to finish hearing the story. Okay, the chat room about you, mean this chat room's not about you, ma'am. Okay, all right. Anyway, so I wake up again, and they're because I hear them outside going at it, and I'm like, that's a long time to be going at it, and you woke up everybody. Mind you, the sun wasn't even up all the way. So I'm just like, you done woke up everybody. Everyone can hear you. So I get up, look out the window, two cop cars is out there. I'm just like, uh-oh. I said, uh-oh, 5-0 is out here. Now, this is not CPD. This is Whitehall Police. They're different. Whitehall Police, uh, uh, well, let me give you a little background on Whitehall Police. Whitehall Police used to stop people black people for driving through Whitehall. They literally would do that. And then right next to us is Bexley Police, and they still stop people, just black people, for walking through Bexley because it's a ritzy white area. But CPD, if CPD is called on you, it's a good chance somebody's going down. Now, this is what I think happened because I got up and I started filming it, and then I'm just like, nah, I'm not going to put, when police are involved, I film, but I'm hesitant to put up what I filmed, and it's just people talking anyway. So I'm looking at the whole thing, and then so dude, baby mama, because I think he lived with his woman. He outside, she's outside, uh, and the mom, her mom is outside. So her mom is standing by the car. Police is standing beside her. Dude is in the house. He comes out the house and is yelling at the mom, and the daughter, his woman is yelling at him too. And so, but him and the mom start going with the banter back and forth, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, and the police is standing there. So the police stop him. They like, yo, we ain't trying to hear none of that. Pretty much, yeah. So the police is like, yo, go back in the house. Because the mom was, because he started calling the mom names, and then the mom started calling him names, like, you with this so and so, blah, blah, blah. Uh, anyways, you too, Tammy. So, so buzzing the mom. So the mom standing on the other side of the car, dude come outside, and then she was, the daughter's talking to the mom now, and the mom is like, I don't care what you say. I have to say, I just don't want you mess with this punk ass nigga. This so and so and so and so. So like as soon as he stepped outside and the mom saw him, she let him have it. And 5-0, instead of trying to calm the mom down, the 5-0 stepped towards the dude and was just like, go back in the house. So they got the mom in the car and made her move her car. And when she did that, she started talking to 5-0. Uh, yeah, yeah, the mom she was lit. So they pull her around, and I guess the daughter jumped in the car too, and 5-0 still out there. And so they gave old boy something that, a police statement is basically what he had to do. He had to fill out what happened. So he went back in the house, and then he came back outside. When he came outside, he had his hands up. You know what I'm saying? So we know the protocol. He came outside, he had both his hands up. He had like the pen in one hand and the clipboard in the other, just had his hands up like this. Police approached him, you know, took the clipboard. Yeah, yeah, straight up. Police is cops is cops. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust none of them. So uh, then he did like this, and then he handed them, the pen and the, clipboard, and then he started explaining what happened. See, him and the baby mama got into a fight, a physical fight, and what happened was the way I'm interpreting it is when they got into the fight, he pushed old girl off of him, and then they called the police. See, she called the cops on him. And listen, I think the mother called the cops on him. That's what I think, because this is the way it looks, and I could be wrong, and so what if I am? But this is the way it looked to me. It looked like they got in an argument because after he went back in from talking to cops, he came back outside with a little, with a child in his hand, and I was like, oh, see, that's what's going on. I was like, that's what happened. They got in a fight. They got in a little shouting match. That shouting match turns into a pushing match. When that pushing match happened, they called 5-0 to get him. Yeah, they called 5-0 to get him because there was a kid involved, and I was like, yeah, that's what's going on. You know, emotions run high when the baby is involved, and it looked like they stay in the same crib too. So I know, but when he came back out, he was holding the baby. Now, this is one thing I must say. Uh, we're so used to the father going to jail, and we're so used to the father going to jail or them taking the baby and all that. And and, and let me tell you something. I wouldn't it wouldn't surprise me if Child Protective Services showed up out here. That don't surprise me not one bit. Because when you get involved with the police, or when the police get involved, and there's a like this is a baby, like this baby's not even walking. Yeah, yeah, this baby's not even walking. So there's no doubt in my mind that CPS is going to be out there. There's just no doubt. And this is not a small man. You know what I'm saying? This is not a small dude. Another thing is, another thing is, whenever you get into a fight out here, they get rid of you. This one reason why, like, this dude came over and started messing with my, my plant. He destroyed my plant. Was putting eggs on my back, and I thought it was kids. And then my other neighbors like, I bet it was, oh boy. The reason why I ain't say nothing to him is because one, if he says something crazy to me, I'm gonna beat him up. But right, yeah, yeah, he was messing with my property. And two, I couldn't prove it was him. So what I started to do was buy cameras so I could put them up in my window. But the problem is the cameras that they had cannot. If it shows through the window, it's gonna be a glare. You're not gonna be able to see. And I didn't want to put him outside so he can come and throw rocks at it, knock him down. So I got to figure out something before I plant because I wanted to set up a nice little garden. But instead of putting my hands on him and getting kicked out, which cost me money, I was like, I'm just gonna catch you, and then I'm gonna call police and be like, "This is the idiot who did it. That's where he lives," and let the police handle it. Like, you need to talk to the boys now instead of me dusting you off. You know what I'm saying? You and that ugly chick that you mess with. Let 50 handle it. That way, the apartment complex can't be like, well, you hit him and all this plaza hearsay because he's not a big guy. And I know that I'll, break his face. But this guy's notorious for messing with people. But so I just been chilling, biding my time. And, I'm going to make stuff happen. I just got to do it in a very professional way just so I can protect myself. You know what I'm saying? Because once they kick you out of a spot, I've seen people get kicked out of here a lot. And I'm telling you, when they call police on you, like there was a situation, shoot, it was last summer. Uh, Young couple down the street was going at it. And old girl was like, I'm going to call the police on you. And I don't know why these sisters, you can't fight with a dude. You can't fight with your dude. You can't provoke your dude. Get in his grill. Talk crazy to him, which is what this girl did. Talk crazy to this man. This man's yelling at the top of his lungs, and he's like, "Get out of my house." He's telling his girl to get out of his crib. She don't want to leave. He's like, "Get out of my house." She don't want to leave, right? But this happened last year. She don't want to leave. He's like, "Get out of my house." Finally, she gets out of the crib and she's like, "I'm calling the police on you. You hit me or whatever." And I'm watching the whole thing. I'm like, nah. Because so I started filming it, but, and once 50 showed up, I started filming it and they saw me filming it. And they didn't do nothing to him. They just pretty much separated them. And I'm glad they didn't haul his ass off somewhere because I'd have been like, nah, she's lying. I saw the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, uh, I don't know why you sisters, man. You sisters got to chill with calling 50. But that's exactly what happened. I done had it happen to me too. Call the police on you. Hope 50 take you away and lock you up. But 50 is on to the game now. They just like, I'm not going to lock this man up. And you're the one who's the hothead. Like in this case this morning, both of those women they're the ones who were talking loud when 50 is here. Yeah, they killing our black man. These cops will shoot you. These cops will shoot you. They'll take you to jail. They'll hang you. They'll do anything to you. This is why I'm not so quick to call the police. I had another neighbor over here. She threatened me because her daughter was sitting on my porch. Her daughter's 18. Her daughter was sitting on my porch. We sitting out there talking, and she said her back hurt, so I was giving her a back rub. Then, we sat out there for an hour. Everybody saw us. And then I left and went to class. And when I came back, the daughter and the mom and the granddaughter, the mother and the grandmother came to my door and was like, "Yo, you touch my daughter again, I'll kill you." I'm like, "Your daughter asked me to give her a back rub. She said her back was hurting." She said, "You even look at her again, I'll kill you." Now I could have called the police on her and had her, arrested for that, but that's like, I don't give a damn about your daughter. Yeah, yeah. Your daughter's 18 for one. That's a grown woman in America. And for two, she sat here for almost 2 hours and, talking to us in broad daylight. She never went in my house. And even if she did, she a grown woman. You know, she got dudes running in and out of her house all day. You know what I'm saying? And then she's like, she's not into older men. Leave her alone. I'm like, I'm not messing with your kid. I'm not messing with your daughter. You know what I'm saying? She wanted a back rub. I gave her a back rub. And that was it, and that's all. But okay, fine. But I told her, I said, you ain't killing nobody. I even tried to give her a couple dollars to satiate it. She was like, I meant what I said. But, she gave my little check back. It was like $50. She gave it back. I was like, all right. Don't let me have to go out here and, protect myself by any means necessary because I know how it's going to end up in court. You know what I'm saying? I'm the guy, you're the woman. Trying to tell you, I'm not going out like that. You're not getting no freebie over here. I will protect myself. But I'm still, I am not so quick to call the police. Yeah, that was her choice. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what she told her mom, but I'm just like, your daughter's not that hot. You know, she's she's just not. she's she's okay. You know, she's okay, but she's a grown up. You know what I'm saying? She's a grown up. If she don't want to deal with somebody, she could have just got up and been like, "Nah, I'm good." How you gonna sit here for 2 hours and you know what I'm saying? How you gonna sit here for 2 hours and let somebody who you're not interested in rub your back all the way up and down? You know what I'm saying? All that in front of everybody, and then you go home, Mom, I'm not interested, and this guy touched me, and try to make it seem like I did something that I wasn't supposed to. Try to make me the villain. I'm like, wait a minute. It took you 2 hours to see. That's the type of chick that'll make a false claim on somebody and get them hemmed up for the rest of their life. That's a dangerous person. Yeah, that's a dangerous person. That is dangerous. They'll make a false claim in a minute and try to make it seem like they're innocent when, they're an accomplice. So I'm good on all that. You know what I'm saying? You know, keep my back rubs to myself next time. But yeah, but yeah, sisters, y'all gotta chill on calling the police every 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. Old girl, I think the mom called the police on old boy, and the police didn't take him. Police is like, oh hell nah, I'm not taking him. You two out here screaming 6 o'clock in the morning. You two are out here screaming 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm not taking him. No, they didn't take him. He went right back in there with his little baby boy. Looked like a baby boy. He went right back in there. And I don't think they took him. I think they told the I think they told they told the mom to beat it. So they told the mom, they was like, yo, you gotta go. They got it because the mom was escalating the situation because she was calling him names. When dude came outside, The mom immediately start calling him names because the daughter was yelling at the mom. Mom, 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 mom. And the mom was like, I don't care what you trying to say. I just don't want you to go back in that punk ass. And he was like, I could be all that. You call me all that all you want. You know, he was getting hyped again. 5 was like, oh, hell no. 5 was like, yo, go back in the house. Go back in the house. You go over here. And they just separated them. And I was like, okay, good job, 5. That was good job. That was good job right there. Because you could have, they could have, listen, they pulled up with 2 SUVs. They could have put all 3 of them in jail and took the kid. Yeah, that was a good job on the police because they, satiated the whole situation real quick. When he came out, 5 stepped right towards him like, yo, in the house. We not trying to hear it. And he turned around and he went in the house. Yeah, they pulled up with 2 SUVs. Yeah, and another one around the corner. They don't play, and they're always in this area, all the time. They're always in this area because it goes down here. It goes down here. You know what I'm saying? But most of the time, it's domestic violence. Like you don't have. There's not a lot of other type of violence, here. Most of the time, it's the couples that get into it. But you don't have like fights and shootings. You don't have a lot of, people around here got weapons, but you don't. It's just usually DV. You're right across the bridge from who? You don't live in Ohio. You live in Ohio? Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, yeah. You're not far. Yep. Yeah, yeah. I've been in Kentucky a few times. Florence, y'all. What part of Kentucky? I've been to Florence. So yeah, they call 5-0. But okay, in another situation, there's a couple that was like like in this direction. Eating. How? We need to meet up one of these days. Cause you're like what? An hour, 2 hours? Kentucky's not that far. I used to go in and out of Kentucky all the time. I have business there. Yeah, you're an hour away. Whenever you want to, we'll meet up. Get a burger or something. Meet up, get a burger. Whatever. Yeah, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so there was another couple, uh, right outside my door. Right when you go outside, when you guys see me making videos outside and I'm walking around, I'm standing on a curb. I'm standing right there on the curb. So right across from there is a couple, like a stone's throw away. There was a couple that lived. One of them drove this little SUV truck. Other chick drove a car. Well, uh, I come outside one day and the SUV truck is all smashed up, and the car is all smashed up, and they're together. Like they're in a situation where cars are not supposed to be. And I was, what happened? Like, what happened here? Shoot. Next thing you know, they was gone. Once they separated those cars, kicked them out. Also came outside, there was some yellow tape out here, and I think this older guy died or he got injured or something. But what they did was they built up. There's this apartment. They rented it out already. Nah, Columbus don't. But there's an apartment over here where there's an older guy and his woman. was the one injured. So I think she might have passed on. Something happened. But anyways, I never saw his woman. But they built this ramp because she was handicapped. They built this whole ramp. They put a handicap space there, and because they had to accommodate for them that lived there. Never saw her though. But one day I came out, some months ago, and there was yellow tape there. So, and I haven't seen him since. So, she might have passed on. Yeah, he's an old veteran. So, feel bad for them. He's a cool dude too, but one of them passed on. So, uh, but they rented out the apartment to somebody else now. The handicap sign is still there. They're gonna have to get rid of it because it's taking up parking space. And my other neighbor, she moved too, and now they got some idiot moved in there. And I can already tell he's gonna be a problem because I'm standing on the corner the other day, and he pulled up and started creeping real slow and looking at me. And I just was, looking at my phone. Then he go and park, go in his house and start making noise with his door open to try to get my attention. I'm just like, this is not what you want. You know, this is not what you want, homeboy. Because I'm all out of patience for being nice. You started up with me. I'm straight in your mouth. Yeah, you don't want to smoke with me. I'm not. I have no patience for stupidity. And he looking hard too, staring me down. I'm like, boy, that'll get you messed up real quick. But yeah, I ain't got no patience. But when you looking hard like that, that'll get you deaded. But I'm not that dude. So I just ignored him. You know what I'm saying? But if he'd have came outside with the ruckus, I would have hit him. I wouldn't have had no problem hitting him right in the face and dropping him. I would have dropped him. I would have dropped him quick and stepped right over him and went on about my way. I'm not having it. I'd have caught him with that right straight to the body. Yeah, I would have stretched him out. You know what I'm saying? Especially the way he was looking. If you going to stare at somebody like that, you better have a piece on you. And so that's immediately what I was thinking. This dude got a piece on him. If he'd have came outside the house talking that crazy, I'd have lit him up. I'm not going to give you a chance to draw. Hold on a second. Because people are crazy. And they'll do anything. Yeah, people are nuts. So that's my morning. Waking up to neighbors and police. And I wasn't even going to look outside because I was like, I'm so used to little arguments. Couples argue, but they was arguing too long and it was way too loud. Yeah, he was. Yeah, that dude was like, and this just happened the other day when I was making my videos. When that dude pulled up in his little raggedy van, act like he wanted some smoke. I'm trying to tell you, he foreign too. I'm not trying to listen. I don't know if he Arab or whatever it is, This is not what you want. This is not the problem you want. You're not gonna come into my neighborhood and try to punk me. You know, I'm not the herb you're looking for. I'm not. I'm not that dude. You're not gonna run up in here and try to play tough because it'll be a bad deal for you. You like my Leaving America series? Yeah, being that I spend a lot of time on YouTube, because it's an occupation, it's an ancillary income to me. But I also used it when I was getting my degree, to look up certain, subjects and then, reference them. I even, would use some of them on my papers, some YouTube videos. So my professors can go and listen to, Vice or something that would be on YouTube and stuff like that. And there are a lot of countries that are in chaos. There are a lot of countries that are in civil war. So when I'm saying I'm choosing a country, you know, you don't necessarily have to choose a European country, but uh, you don't want to choose a country that has civil unrest like Libya. You don't want to go to Nigeria. Uh, you don't want to, be caught into the drug wars of Mexico. You don't want to step foot into the Congo. You know, all beautiful places, all places that have terrible, terrible civil unrest. And I know some people from these places. One woman I graduated with, she was from the Congo. Uh, so, and then there's things that you just got to watch out for. I have friends that travel, back and forth to Africa, back and forth to Brazil. You know what I'm saying? So, for one, not every European country is a okay. Not all white people think alike. Let me put it to you like that. So, you have some European countries that are not. For one, they never enslaved black people. So, it's best if you're going to start looking at some of these places and or traveling to these places. Do not travel to a place that or plan on staying at a place where you know you're going to experience heavy, heavy, heavy racism. Now, I used to live in Germany. I never experienced any racism in Germany, but there are very racist people in Germany. But their racism is just because you're another color. Their racism is not hatred towards that color. They're just like, you're black. You know what I'm saying? Just like Chinese and black people. The Chinese don't like black people, but they don't hate black people because the Chinese and black people never been at war. Yeah, yeah, we never been at war with Chinese people. Not in our time. So the Asians look at us and and they have their opinion of us and we got our opinion of, their ass too. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But they're not going to war with each other. You know what I'm saying? The Germans have an opinion of black people. Hitler had an opinion of Africans that he didn't like, but Hitler didn't enslave them. They actually fought in his army. So Hitler's only thing was pure bloods. He didn't like the African men because the white women liked us. So back in those days, there was men that came from they were Senegalese and they fought in the war and they landed in Germany and the white women was like, we gotta have some of that. And they started having war babies. You know what I'm saying? And when I was over there in Germany, yeah, when I was over there in Germany, the same thing happened. White woman looked at me and was just like, oh yeah. She's like, "He Gates." For Smocks do. And that was that. And turned out she already had a little girl who was like 11. And her little girl was mixed. I was like, "Oh, this is what you do. You date black men." She's like, "Yeah, I love black men." So it's a thing. And this is what Hitler didn't like. But not everybody likes, white people, or white skin. Yeah, yeah, they love our, our dark skin, and that was just that. So the white women gravitated towards the black Senegalese, and when that happened, Hitler was just like, "I don't like y'all." Yeah, and Hitler was like, "No, I don't like y'all, but if you guys want to fight in my army, you can." And that's exactly what they did. They were just like, "Okay, fine." But Hitler did not go and exterminate black people. He wasn't exterminating a bunch of black people, or we would have heard about it. So Hitler was after Jews. Hitler wasn't. He was. Excuse me. Hitler was after Jewish. He wasn't after Jews. He was after Jewish. He was Jewish people, and a lot of people are after the Jewish people. A lot of people are after them. They get kicked out of a lot of countries. I think 109 countries to be exact, or something like that. So the Jewish people are not favored, uh, but they control the banks. So there, I don't suggest living in Dubai. Dubai is a really, really crazy place right now, and they just executed 35 men like 3 days ago. Executed 35 men. Boom, just like that. That's it. They claim they committed crimes, but whatever it was, the human rights people were like, And here's the thing: when human rights people start getting involved in countries that are connected to European countries, what they do is they start to threaten your if you don't abide by certain laws and rules, they start to threaten your economy. That's what they do. They say, "Okay, so if you're going around just cutting folks' heads off, which is what they do, then we're not going to trade with you. We're not going to support you if you go to war." You know, and they do that. They'll just cut off support. Yeah, they'll just cut your support off. This is what they did to Gaddafi, and then they invaded. That's what they did to Gaddafi, Libya. That's why Libya is like it is now. It's in civil war. Gaddafi was our ally. Well, we wanted their oil, so we got rid of him. Saddam Hussein, he was our ally. Saddam was our ally. Well, we wanted to invade them because we wanted their oil, so we got rid of them. That's it. We got rid of them and invaded. Libya got rid of them, invaded. That's it. Right. Yeah, we get rid of these people. The CIA makes friends with them, and then when they get tired of them, they want to make a move on them or they want their resource, they get rid of the ruler. And then they cause civil unrest in the area, which is what they did. And so you have a bunch of Africans who pretty much are going to, expire. And that's exactly what happened in the most brutal way. And this is why right now they have human trafficking over there. So the human trafficking is sex traffickers, um, and slavery. Slavery over there is a real thing. Yeah, yeah, it's cutthroat. So slavery is a real thing over there. Uh, and so you have people who are fleeing the country because of the civil unrest, and what they're doing is they're jumping into boats, finding makeshift boats and other boats, and they're just like, we're leaving. So they're just going out in the waters, and you got humanitarian groups that are finding these people, and they're bringing them on the boats, that are only meant for 200 people. The boats is 400 people stacked, and then they're finding dead bodies in the water, and yeah, it's real. It's going down right now. Yeah, they're fleeing. This is another reason why the Taino Indians are trying to pour into America, because they're fleeing the civil unrest of the drug wars in Mexico, and all the neighboring countries. That's why you have all those people marching, and you know Puerto Rico and all that other, not Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico's fine now; it's fine. But shoot, Honduras, the people coming in from Honduras. So they're like, screw it. It's civil unrest here. If we don't leave, we're gonna expire. So they're running, and that's why you have thousands and thousands of people who are just pouring into America. You know, they're trying to find asylum. They're trying to find a way to live. Yeah, there. But the thing about the illegal immigrants is, whenever you have this in any country, this happens all the time. Whenever you have a mass exodus, is what's happening. Whenever you have a mass exodus, you have more crime happening during that mass exodus. Those people, nobody cares about those human rights when you have a mass exodus. When they had a mass exodus in Africa, I forgot what country it was. It was Rwanda. When those people were fleeing, they were mostly children, because the soldiers would come and kill the adults. So the children were being taken in to custody and being slaved and sex trafficked, all the way to 2 year old little girls. And they would keep them, you know what I'm saying? Like, they keep them for years. Yeah, Rwanda. They would keep them for years. Those girls would be trapped, and they would have nowhere to go. They had no rights. There was no, you better not talk to me, like they will break your whole teeth. They'll do, they were doing heinous crimes to these people. So these girls knew not to say anything. If something happened to them, they didn't say nothing, because they didn't know whether they were going to live or die. One girl was like, I was with them for 9 years. They used to take 2 year olds and try to mate with them because they thought it was lucky. 2 year olds. Because they thought it symbolized luck. Yeah. But some of that's happening here too. Some of that's happening here in America. Oh, you better believe it. So basically what they did was, these kids were fleeing, and they were trying to find, yeah, and when these kids were fleeing, they were trying to find other tribes to go to, and while they were fleeing, the lions and the hyenas were eating them. They were being eaten by hyenas. And the lions just followed the trail of people. Let's just start eating the people. Yeah. So it's very real. It's a real it's a real situation. What's happening in Libya, what's happening Congo, what's happening in Rwanda. Well, Rwanda is recovering now, but the Dutch did that, but they're recovering now. But Mexico is still going at it. Hold on a second. My nose is giving me trouble. Nose giving me trouble, Lord. Nose giving trouble, Lord. All right, so the same thing is going on all over the world. Now, what they figured out what's going on here in America is like in Haiti. Haiti has this problem too. So when Haiti had the earthquake some years ago, they found out that the Christian groups, what they were doing and what they still are doing, is before the earthquake, the Christian groups would they were trafficking like little girls, little chocolate girls, and trafficking them into America so these crazy white people can have sex with them and use them as not only sex slaves but regular slaves, indentured servants. And they would keep them in the house so nobody knew that they was there, and they would have them clean up the house, and they would, yeah, and they would live in a closet. So they would have them living in a closet. So and listen, the mom and the dad is in on it, like the the captors, because make it seem like, oh, women wouldn't do. No, the women knew. The women was like, you're gonna satisfy my husband, you know. You do whatever we say. So the women would do this, yeah. So the women would be like, hell yeah, we want a slave. And a little 5, 6 year old is running around the house, cleaning the house and doing whatever. And then when she's done, she lives in the closet. That's what they were doing. One of those stories was on Law and Order. And then also what they were doing, and that didn't get found out. Yeah, that didn't get found out until the earthquake happened, and the earthquake unearthed all of what these so Christian groups were doing. And then another situation happened where this little girl, uh, these so-called, you know, Christian groups approached the family and was like, hey, you know, do you want to come, live in America? Yada, yada, yada. So the mom was like, which I kind of understand this because they live in an impoverished country. So what she did was the mom was like, yeah, go ahead. I think she was like 8 or something like that. Go ahead, take her, to America for a couple years. See, they did that because she wanted the girl to be educated. So she's just like, there's nothing here. All the girl's gonna do is grow up, and then like there's nothing here. So she's like, yeah, fine. So the mom was like, yeah, fine. Plus, other mothers were doing it. So they trusted the white face. They trusted the white people because they were like, oh, it's white people, so it's gonna be okay. Anyway, so when they took the little girl, and she was nothing sexually happened to her, thank God that we know of. But what happened was they took her and they gave her to a white family who was looking to adopt a child. So the white family, right? That mindset is so dangerous. White people don't mean everything is okay. So they gave her to those white people, And the white people they gave her to were good white folk. Okay, because they had her for 3 years, and the girl learned English, and when she learned English, she started communicating with her family, and her family right, so her family just a man and woman. They didn't do anything sexually to her, and they they really wanted a child. They really wanted to raise a child who was impoverished. They wanted to give them an opportunity. So there are some good white people out there. You know what I'm saying? There's good and bad in every nationality. So when they did this, they were like, "We know you didn't have the opportunity out there. We know that you're right, foster home. We know that your brothers and sisters, were taken advantage of and they were raped and all this other stuff." And the little girl goes, "No, they weren't." She rose up when I'm like, what are you talking about? My family was never beaten and raped, and none of that happened to my siblings. She's like, no. See, found out the adoption agency would lie on both ends. They would, right. They told the mother that she's gonna have that the kid will have a better opportunity, and they told the adopted parents that kid was taken advantage of, and they were sitting in the middle getting money. Because when you look at it, they're just like, oh, we want to help people who are, these little girls, things happening to them, especially little girls. Like little boys, this ain't happening to them too. But oh, the little girl, these boys is out here catching it bad too. So they're like, oh, okay, we'll take her. That's why they were so quick to take her, because they were just like, oh, hell no. If we could help, our moral code, if we could help somebody, we're gonna help this little girl because some guy, was doing, whatever to her. Like, no, nobody touched her. This girl has never been traumatized on any end. She was never beaten. She was never sexually molested. She was never nothing. You were lied to. And then when they found out that they were lied to, they contacted the foster agency. And they were just like, what are you guys telling us that, come to find out that they've been doing this all over the place. So they shut that place down because, of course, they called the feds. The feds went and shut that place down. But here's the thing: when the African mother, found out, she was like, "Give me my child back." She's like, "I want my kid back." But the foster parents were just like, "Well, legally, this is my kid now because we live." No, 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 white folks. You got that child under false pretenses, because of the story that was told to you was false. This kid was None of the kids in this family had been uh yeah, yeah, none of the kids in this family have been traumatized. And the mother was just she when the mother found out, she was just like, what are you guys talking about? See, they make the stigma that every village out there is being traumatized by all these heinous crimes going on, when that's not even close to being the truth. There are people who are living just fine and well. Just because we don't have paved roads don't mean that we not happy in what we're doing. Are you happy with what you're doing with your paved roads? Huh? Is everything hunky dory over there? No, it's not. You know, you got issues, we got issues. You know what I'm saying? But all it was a form of trafficking, but it wasn't sex trafficking. Well, not necessarily. It's not what. Okay, so let me. Okay, so the child, in her mind, in her mother's mind, the child's her what they're thinking is, I'm gonna go over here. I'm going to learn another culture, and then I'm coming back in a few years. See, the idea was never for the child to be adopted. The idea, or permanently adopted. the idea was for the child to come to America for a couple years and then go back home. That was the whole idea. That's the only reason why the mother agreed to it. Yeah, the intention was false. So that's the only reason. The mother wasn't giving a child away. See, that's what adoption is. Oh, I'm giving you this child. You're adopting this child. No, it was never that at all. So the mother was like, "Give me my kid back," and the kid had, that was listen. That little girl was happy in both situations. I mean, it's rare to find, but that little kid was okay. She was okay living in the village. She was okay living with the white folks. But she wasn't okay with the lie that was told to her mother. And she wasn't okay with permanently living with the white folks. Like, you're not going to see your parents again. Because that's what adoption is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's like, you're not going to see your parents again. Like, oh, no. We're not doing that. Like, my mother loves me. I'm going back to see my mom. And once they found out the whole story, the little girl was like, I'm leaving. Yeah, the little girl was like, I'm going back to see my mother. I'm going back to live with my mother. Will I get her the opportunity to have a better life? That's that's not human trafficking. Right. It no 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 no. No, no, no. You misunderstand me when I said it's a form of trafficking, and it was a form of trafficking, because when you say I'm going. Okay, so let's look at what trafficking is. Let's do that. When you're trafficking someone, you're trafficking them for basically it all boils down to one thing: money. Regardless of what that person's going to do when they get to the other side, it doesn't, whether it's sex, whether it's slavery, any the bottom line is money. Someone's making money illegally off of this human uh, 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 being, and that's trafficking. That's a form of trafficking. Somebody's moving a human from one place to another, and they're financially benefiting off of it illegally. So that's what trafficking is. Whether it's sex trafficking, whether they're trafficking them for drugs, they're bringing them in the country. Like there's so many countries that do that, that try to bring people into the country. Find out that they have, the women have drugs in their vaginas, and the men have drugs, in their anus or whatever, and they're doing that too. So you got, all kind of countries that are, doing that, like Jamaica. So regardless, it's still a form of trafficking, because the bottom line is financial. So when you're telling one end a lie, and then you're telling the other end a lie, and a human moves from one end to the other, and you financially gain from it, that is trafficking. So they were doing this all over these countries. This wasn't an isolated case. They had an agency set up. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't just some person that just popped up and said, you know what? I'm gonna go and tell this mother a lie, and then I'm gonna tell these white people a lie. No, this is a big, big worldwide thing. So, I mean, listen, there's people who are trafficked in and out of Mexico by the truckloads, and I'm not talking about a little pickup truck. I'm talking about semi trucks. And they often found them. When they find them, there's like holes poked in the truck. So, because the people in there are overheating and they're suffocating, because all the oxygen is being used up. And about time they're found, a lot of them are dead. They suffocated. And sometimes, Jennifer Lopez made a movie about it. Yeah, Jennifer Lopez made a movie about it, how they're trafficking teen girls, And those are sex traffickers. And what they're doing is they take the girls, they do whatever they're going to do to them, and then the girls expire, and they throw them in just a huge grave. And there's just hundreds of these girls just all gone. They throw them in a mass grave. They're doing that today. They're doing that today, right now. And listen, in some places in Mexico, what they're doing is uh, some of these really crazy people is they're going to villages and they're looking for these girls, and when they find one, they just snatch her. That's it. And you're not going to hear from that person again. When you find that person, good luck, because they're not going to be alive, and you're going to know what happened to them once they do an autopsy on her. You know, once they do autopsies, they can tell how you've been traumatized. You know, and this is not how you died. This is how you've been traumatized. They can tell. So that's going on today. You know what I'm saying? And here in America, now that you have a surplus of these people coming in, to America, you also had the news covering it, and the news uh, was asking the Border Patrol, where are the girls? Because it turns they found out that the Border Patrol was separating the girls from the families. So you would have mom, dad, and a little boy, they'd be like, where's our daughter at? And the border police was like, we can't answer that right now. We're like, wait, what? When can you answer that? Give us a couple weeks. Why does it take you weeks to answer where this little teenage girl is? Well, you know why. So that's going on here in America today, right now. So, this is going on all over the place. Yeah, this is going on all over the place. The European man is has the European man is going into African nations and satisfying their sycophantic desires, because some of these African nations can't defend themselves. So they go do what they want and leave like nothing ever happened. You know? So it's a real problem all over the world, including America. It's heavy in America too. It's heavy, 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 heavy in America. So, and like that one YouTuber, this guy just got 10 years. He's 21 years old. He looked like Justin Bieber. He was doing the whole singing thing too. He had thousands of, yeah, I don't know what his name was. He had thousands and thousands of subscribers. He's doing good. He was doing concerts and everything. He looked like Justin Bieber. That was his whole thing. I look like Justin Bieber. He's 21 years old. Well, this goofball, when you look like Justin Bieber, you have people who, girls who are after you from all ages. You're talking 5, 6, on up to 80. Everybody wants a part of the Beebs, okay? So this guy fashioned his hair like Beebs. You know what I'm saying? He did the whole thing, and singing and all this. This is what he did. Well, right, the Beebs. So, and Beebs got black girls, white girl. Beebs got them all. So this guy was picking up on the Beebs coattail, like, Beebs is married, I'm gonna take over. So all these girls were just like, yeah, we like your singing, we're fans. Well, just like anything else, when it comes to girls, you got to be careful. And if you say something to the wrong age, and if you're in the wrong state, then, you're going to be upstate. Well, this guy is 21. He's not like he's 17. He said something to a 14-year-old. That's not what happened. He's 21. So you're 21. You are fully aware of the law. This guy targeted freaking 13 and 14 year olds, 13, 14, and 15-year olds. Okay, so let's look at the law. Law in California, if you're 18, you're good. Under under 18, you can't touch them. Law in Ohio, if you're 16, you're good. Under 16, can't touch them. In any state under 16, you can't touch them, not unless you have parental consent. If you have parental consent, then that age drops down to 12. Don't blame me. This is the law. So, I I don't think this guy was in a state that it's 18 and up. I think he was in a state where it's 17 and below, no touchy. What he did was, once one of these chicks would hit him up on Twitter or something, or buy his merchandise or whatever, he would be like, "How old are you?" And she'd be like, "I'm 14 or 15. No touchy. You can't do anything." So he was having the girls make videos and send them to him, right? So he would convince these girls, if they're his number one fans, that they would put on these skimpy outfits and twerk. It's like, okay, once again, no touchy. Like, you can, like, that's illegal. You can't do that. So what he did was, not only did he do that, what else he decided to do? He incriminated all day, and he did it on social media. It's like, are you? Are so look, it gets worse. He was telling these girls, if you're my number one fan, you would do it with no clothes on, no touchy. You can't say that to a teen. You can't imply that to a teen. You can't, like I said, in some states, 16 and under. In some states, 16 and over legal. In other states, 18 and over legal. But in no state, 15 and under legal. Not one. And he was going after 15, 14, and 13-year olds. And he had them do this. And he created, of course, an electronic trail, and they just followed it. That guy just got 10 years in jail. 10 years. No touchy. And the thing about it was, he never met them face to face. It was all on social media. It's like, what were you thinking? What, what was you thinking, bro? And I'm like, listen, here's my whole rationale. You're 21. You look like Justin Bieber. You got million. You right. Oh yeah, he was a super. You got all these followers. You're making money. You're doing concerts, bro. You are so on 18, bro. Right there, 18. Come, you're 21. 18. Like, it doesn't look weird with you going out with an 18-year-old and you're 21. What's wrong with that? Couldn't do it. Had to go below the Mason Dixon line. Like, dude, 18. He's in for 10 years, and he has to register once he gets out, and he'll probably be living under a bridge like a damn troll. Because that's what they do with men who are registered. You know, they make them live in these heinous conditions. Uh, but they don't make the women live under bridges like trolls. And I'm like, look, if you want to protect kids, stop acting like the females are the only ones who are getting hurt from this, and these little boys ain't being traumatized because little boys are being traumatized too. These school teachers knocking these little boys off. No, these school teachers should be living under a damn bridge. And they should do 10 to 20 years just like a man should. See, that's why this whole thing of protecting kids is false to me. Because it's like, oh, the women when they were young, their fathers, didn't let them, go outside for 3 days, and so they're traumatized. Their fathers didn't give them banana pudding, so oh, she married that dude. Mary Kay was like, I'm marrying this guy. Yeah, it's like, see, that's what I'm saying. America's not really trying to protect kids. They're not trying to protect kids because little boys aren't valued. Men aren't being valued. Because if they valued little boys and they valued men like they do, then they would have these school teachers, they would have them locked up for 30 years, just like they do to. Let a man do that. Let a man knock off a shoot. Oh no. Gym coach. Yeah, the gym coach, they had two men. They were teachers, knocked off this 14-year-old. They gave him 30 years each. No, I'm like, okay, fine. You gave them 30 years, but what about all these teachers? What about all these female teachers? Give them 30 years, that's all I'm saying. When they get out, make them live under a bridge. Make them be totally separate from society. That's what I'm saying. Let's be fair. Quit saying that these boys aren't being traumatized just because, oh, boys should go after grown women when they're 13 and 14. No, they should not. No, because listen, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. You know what that does to boys? When like, they had this one teacher. She had like 5 boys at her house. Right? You know what that does to them? She had 5 boys, and she gave them weed. She gave them, she got them drunk. She's like, you guys can do anything to me. She's like, you can spit on me. You can do anything to me. She made sure they was weeded up. They had alcohol in their system. These boys is like 14, 15, and they ran a train on that woman. Let me tell you what that will do to a boy. You think, oh, it's a boy, he'll be fine. And listen, that chick got 6 months in jail, and she's out today, and she was married. Let me tell you what that does to a boy. Yeah. Let me tell you what it does. It puts that boy on a path towards rape culture. And if you don't believe it's true, you're lying to yourself. Because that kid, his mind is turned on to sex in a violent way. That's not normal. That's not normal. And that spirit has entered that child. That's not normal. Every girl that he deals with, he's going to think about the situation he had with that grown teacher, getting him drunk, letting him smoke weed. That's not normal. That kid is not going to look at his wife, when he gets older, and be like, oh, I'm just supposed to have sex with you, and it's supposed to be missionary, doggy style. You get on top. Okay, we're done. Okay, that's exciting. That's not exciting. There goes your divorce rate going up again. That's not exciting. That guy's not going to want to have kids and live a boring, mundane life. He's going to want to chase hookers. He's going to want to have threesomes. And you know what else he's going to want to do? He's going to want children. He's going to do, he's going to do what was done to him. When he gets 35, 40 years old, he's going to think it's okay to sleep with a 14-year-old. And that's exactly what he's going to track down. He's going to turn around and he's going to be like, okay, it happened to me. And then when they get him in court, they're going to be like, okay, this is what you did with, your little, whoever. He's going to be like, well, remember the school teacher back in the day? Me and my friends, she got us drunk, gave us weed, all this other stuff, yada, yada, yada. He's going to be like, yeah, that was me. That happened to me. And ever since that happened, my mind ain't been right. I'm confused on what is correct, sexually and what's not. The line has been crossed with me, so I don't really know what I'm doing. And the judge is going to be like, yeah, but you're a guy. So go to jail for 30 years. And that's it. A 35-year-old in jail for 30 years is life. That's it. That's it for that guy. Because the judge is like, you're a man. Why? Because there are more female voters than there are male voters. And if the judge doesn't do something, listen, there's been a couple of incidents recently where a couple of white guys have got off. One guy, he was with a 14-year-old. He was a bus driver. No jail time. I think somebody's going to flip that on his head. I think the women are going to see that and they're going to go after him. Yeah, but that's what you're doing. You're breeding R. Kelly. Don't do that. Look, if you're going to say it's illegal, then it's illegal for everyone. Then don't do it. If you're going to legalize it, look, you can't throw people in jail for having a nickel bag of weed. And then in Colorado, people are selling weed all out in the open. They have a dispenser. You can walk into a store full of weed. But in New York, some guy gets caught with a roach smoked down to the last leaf, and you put him in jail for 10 years. No. That's what they're doing today. Nah, legal system. Y'all gonna burn for that. No. If it's listen, if you want people to stay away from 14 to 15 years, then make it so. Have teachers stay away from them. Have man and female. Don't say because she's a woman and something happened to her 30 years ago that it's okay for her to just walk out of prison and after she was getting it on the side of the road. That's what Stagger did. Stagger, female. That's what she did. She had a 12-year-old on the side of the road talking about she was giving him education at 2 o'clock in the morning in the backseat of her car. One teacher, and she was black. She was a drama teacher. And one teacher, the police came to this woman's house, walked right in her crib, and the little boy was in bed with the teacher, sleeping. Just saying. Look, that whole trafficking thing, it's going on heavy here in America. It's heavy. And all kind of people are in on it. And the law is picking and choosing who it wants to do what to. You know what I'm saying? you're gonna make it illegal, make it illegal. But you setting people up for the woo. You setting them up. You setting them up for the woo. You don't want people doing something, just do it all the way across the board. We don't want nobody doing this. But don't say certain people can do this because, other gender or other finances. It just, those teachers should be in jail, or all teachers who done this should be out of jail. That's just that. That's it. That's all. Every single teacher who done this, you're all free to go. Or every single teacher who done this, you're all going to jail. That's it. You're either all living under a bridge or you're not. Heck, let them live under the bridge together. You want to isolate the men only and put them under the bridge. Yeah, wrong is wrong. Let them live under the bridge together. And stop these little crazy 14-year-olds from being just out there. How about some of that? These little kids is off the chain. That's why I don't want to be around them. They got little girls around here, live around here. Look, they come and ding dong ditch my door. I go outside and I tell them, don't knock on my door. Look, you don't gotta speak to me. I don't. Don't. They don't like me, and I like the fact that they don't like me. They don't like me at all. They just look at me and I'm like, yes, keep going. I don't want nothing to do with them. So what's up? We going to get a burger, man. What's up? What's halfway from here to Kentucky? Shoot. Let's get a burger. Speed up. One of these weekends. Get some chow. See how you doing. Make some plans. Oh, you know what we should do? My email is TPOWELL. Yeah, I do have trolls. My email is TPOWELL 7938 at Yahoo. So it's TPOW 7938 at Yahoo. That woman kept saying, do you see my number? Yeah, TPOW 7938. And I kept going, where's your number? There it is. I'm like, nah. I never met her. But she watches. She watches, so I never met her. But first I was like, okay, you're 60. You don't know much about technology, because I was just like, send it in an email. She's like, I don't want to put my number on here. I was like, okay, put it in an email. She know how to do that or whatever. Then I was like, I think you're trolling me. So, plus, like I said, I'm attracted to, like I'm 52, so a 60-year-old is not what I'm going after. You know what I mean? It would be somebody in their like high 20s, mid 30s. That's ideal for me right now. Or something like that. You know, and they got some high 40-year-olds out there too. But I'm just saying. somebody at that age group is not who they may look good, but they're not who I'm kind of like going for. I'm not really going for anybody, but I'm just saying because I don't really do much dating or I don't really do much of that. Yeah, you're not. You're like in your. You're like. What are you? 20, 22, 23? You're like real. Oh, you're 30. Okay, well yeah, you're an age bracket. But see, I look at that completely different than I look at a 60-year-old. Well, I know some hot 60-year-olds. They're just not who, you know. I mean, when you're dealing with black women, you got hot 70-year-olds. there's just there's not too many white women who are in their 60s who I go like, you are smoking. But Jada Pinkins' mom, come on. Yeah. Jada Pinkins' mom, there's not too many guys that are gonna go like, nah, I'm good. I'm good, Jada Pinkins' mom. She's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? You just black women are just they just have that thing, man. You know, hit maturity at about 25. Boy, have you crawling out your skin trying to get to one of them. I done begged, borrowed, and before. Those days are over for me. I can't beg anymore, girl. Beg, borrow, and please. Beg, borrow, and please. Shoot. Shoot, I got some exes that are still smoking. We all to 50. I got some exes that are just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. I don't talk to him, but nonetheless, I see him every now and then. Still cute. So, it's black women, man. Shoot, 33, that's right there. That's right at that age. Why are you single at 33? I was thinking about going to the gym today, but I'm tired from yesterday. Negroes are crazy. Yeah. Yeah. You probably need an older dude. You know what I'm saying? But then an older dude might bore you. You might be bored with him. Let's go to the club. Nah. Let's go bird watching. What? You wanted to go bird watching, girl. Oh, that's not an older dude. Well, yeah, but how old were you when you dated him? Because if you were like, 19, then yeah, it's an older dude. Nah. Girl, he wanted to go bird watching. Oh, okay, that's an older dude. Heck yeah, he did good. Shoot, that's nice. 38 years old, she 24. Oh, you on club? That's good. Neither do I. Yeah, that's nice right there. 38. That's a nice little family right there. 38 and 24. That's nice. She's still packing it in. He can still, pick you up every now and then. He ain't got a bad back yet. Oh, baby, pick me up and carry me over the. Pick me up and carry me over the broom, baby. Just one time. Sure. Here you go. Now get out. I got things to do. Shoot, get an ornament. Ooh, baby, pick. Nah, shoot, girl. I got that T3 issue. You say no. They ain't had no money. I ain't got no money. I know how it is. You ain't got no money because I ain't got no money. No, I got a little bit of money. They were soldiers. I'm a soldier, ex-soldier, military. PTSD is a real thing. Yeah, that's a real thing. That's real. Yeah, mine too. My sister, my brother, my dad, my nephew. That's a real thing. Brother snap out in a minute. Don't know where he at. Well, wait a minute. Only one of them was in the military, but they both had PTSD. How's that work? The other one had PTSD from being in the hood. He snapped out in his sleep. Yeah, yeah. I'm done. I used to date this chick. She would, yeah. I used to date this chick. She'd wake up and be like, "Let's argue." I just look at her like, "What?" She'd be like, "Let's argue." Like, something's wrong with you. She, yeah, she would just randomly want to argue because then she would want to have sex because she figured if I was angry, then I would have sex with her and rougher sex with her. I was like, I don't need to be angry for that. Listen, anger doesn't make me want to screw. Yeah, she was touched. Anger doesn't make me want to screw. It just doesn't. Anger makes me want to fight. I don't need to get riled up to get on my chick. I don't. That does nothing for me. I'm gonna get all mad and then yeah, nah, not if I'm mad at you. Nah, that's not what's gonna happen. That's not what's gonna happen. If I'm mad at you, then I'm gonna stay away from you. I had this one chick I used to deal with, and she said something about me and I didn't like it. She didn't think I heard her. She was on the phone at her job. She didn't think I heard her. And then when she got on the phone, I was like, "What you say about me?" And she was like, "No, I was just," I was like, whatever, hung up on her, right? She got off of work, came was sitting outside of my house calling me. I ain't answer the phone because I knew if I would have let that girl in the house, then we wasn't gonna be talking. I was angry. So my immediate reaction when it comes to anybody usually, because I hate confrontation, in anger, I just separate myself from you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to scream at you. I definitely don't want to screw you. I don't. I'm angry. So I'm going to walk away. Yeah, yeah. She didn't know why I didn't answer the door because or answer the phone and invite her upstairs because I already knew I was going to react in a very violent way. You know, after you are saying stuff about me in front of these people don't even know me, and it's a 100% complete lie. If you thought bad about me, why don't you just say leave me alone? You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, all right, yeah, that's cool. And if you really thought that bad about me, why are you outside of my house right now? Trying to get to me, if I'm such a bad person. So I just didn't answer the phone because I don't like confrontation. And it's just not good. You know what I'm saying? Well, she was fine as all get out, but she wasn't my woman anyway. She was somebody else's woman. I was just borrowing her. More like she was just borrowing me. It's really what it was. She was borrowing me, and when she had enough of me, she moved on to somebody else. You know, that's all it was. I was something she could play with. You know, it was like a toy. When she got done playing with her toy, she went and got another one. One younger, stronger, faster. I don't know. I didn't care. I didn't ask. She disappeared, and that was that. I see her every now and then with her new toys. You know, yeah. But like I said, she didn't belong to me anyway. So that's what happens when you play with somebody else's property. And now I'm in my 50s, and I'm burnt out. No games. Yeah, no games. No crazy sexcapades, and nobody hollering at me. Nobody, calling the police on me, send me to jail for reasons that I didn't do. Shoot, got a couple dollars because women are expensive. Although I would spend on a good chick, I gotta say that. I met a chick the other day, right? And she had a man, and I'm cool with that. But she was such a nice person. And she was with her little boy. He was probably like maybe 10 at a grocery store. And he was a nice kid. Usually you don't find, because kids are crazy. But they were just really, her spirit was really, really, a nice spirit. And she had a man, and I didn't care. Uh, but I was happy for the dude. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you go, boy. Because she has a good spirit about her. And she was, oh, you don't have kids? Okay, there you go. Shoot, you all the way good, ain't you? But she had a really great spirit about her. Great pair of legs, too. She was cute. I was like, wow, you're pretty and you're not, all stuck up. So I was happy for old boy. It's like he did good. He found himself a nice homebody chick. Got a shorty with her. He did good. You know what I'm saying? So I believe there are good women out there. Worth spending money on. Worth it. Worth dropping that cash on. I believe it. But you don't know. I'll put your do you have Google Hangouts so we can video chat? I like video chat now because I like to see who I'm talking to because there's too many games on the internet. Not, I'm not saying you're playing games, but I like video chat. I like to, you know. Anyway, so when you coming up north, so it'll be halfway. What's halfway? I'll be fair. What's halfway? Oh, you don't? You should get Google Hangouts. It's just you just download it. What's halfway between here and I forgot what city you said you live in. Halfway is yeah, I like the video chat. Yeah, I like to see who I'm talking to. You know, because people will scam you. They'll scam you in a heartbeat. How far is Cincy? Cincinnati is an hour and a half from me. It's really me. I believe you. Like I said, I just like the video chat. See, now that one chick, Tammy, she didn't want a video chat. I believe she's really a she, but there was just too much going on there, and I just got tired. I was like, well, if she would have, gave me her number and we would have video chatted, I would have felt more comfortable talking to her. But you know, was it a female? I think Tammy is a female. I seen her picture. Yeah, Tammy's a female. She's a little chocolate older woman. Yeah, Tammy had a picture, but still, I don't know what was going on. But the whole phone number thing just pissed me off. Got tired. See, you and I, you were just like, "What's your email?" Boom. See, it's just that easy. What's your email? Here's my email. Boom. Put your number in there. Boom. I'll call you. You know, you know, and you rock on from there. That's just how it should be. I meet people on YouTube all the time. Females want to call me and all that other stuff. Right. But, situations where it's like, this is not going to work for me. Like, I know I'm a sweet guy, but I'm not stupid. But I know I'm a sweet guy. Like, I know I'm a nice dude, but I'm not. You're not just going to try to pull one over on me without me going, come on now. Uh-uh. Not for no. Not because you got a pair of protrusions. Yeah, I'm nice. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Some women may think because they got nice body parts, but I'm not all hornied up like that. I'm just not. I'm not. Oh, I just gotta have me some because you can. That stuff is ready and accessible. I'm not really on that. I can go to the club and find. I don't really care. It is what it is. I'm older. I'm gonna do more looking at you than anything. Come here, girl. I might call you way from, you might be downstairs in the living room doing something. I might call you way upstairs in the computer room just to glance at you for a couple of seconds. Girl, you. All right. Thank you. I'm older. That's what we do. That's what we do. We ain't gotta be all over you. We just, oh, girl, you really wearing them Mickey Mouse pajamas, girl. Thank you. Go about your business. Go about your business, girl, with them rollers in your hair. Well, I really like them rollers, girl. Go about your business, girl. Shoot. Want to check out them rollers real quick. Want to check out that bonnet real quick. You know what I'm saying? That little mom sweater you got. You rocking that mom sweater real good right now. Yeah, yeah, see? See? Now me and you would be going to Walmart a lot. We just would. We would be going to Walmart like that would be our thing. Some people got Home Depot, some people got Lowe's, some people got Tommy Hilfiger. You and me, girl, you and me, we got Walmart. We don't even need to buy nothing. We just, you get up, you take care of your everything, you keep on the Mickey Mouse, and you just gotta look at each other and you go, yeah, it's time. We're going to Walmart. Fire up the fire up the sled. we're, we're going to Walmart, baby. Oh yeah. Going there in the Walmart superstore. Ah, ah. Don't that just make you want to salivate? The Walmart superstore where they got like everything in there. Don't that just make you just salivate? The Walmart superstore. Look, 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 look. You go to one end and buy tires. Oh yeah, go to the deli. Oh man. Okay, okay, okay. So this is what you do. Go to one end, get yourself some of those chicken wing dingers with some tea. What's that tea right there? Some of that good old tea. Some sweet tea. And then you buy it. You got yeah, yeah, yeah. And you go through the checkout, you go through the self checkout, and then you turn around and you just start walking through the store. Oh, do you casually just walk through the store? You hit the electronics section, hit the automotive, go to the outdoor section. Oh man, that's just good stuff right there. Swing back, look at some cameras. That's just a good Saturday, isn't it? Shoot. Look at the cheap ass shoes they got. Yes. Stay in the TV section for about a good half hour, 45 minutes. The whole time you're eating. Ah, boy, that's Saturday right there. Go look at some tires. Look at the cheap ass clothes that they got. You hit the panty and bra section. I'll go over here and look at some gym shorts. Meet you halfway down the aisle at the at the Ocean Pacific. I'll meet you at the Ocean Pacific shirts. Meet me at Ocean Pacific. Okay. Meet me at the Lee Tiger section. The Lee Gray. Ah, boy, 15 minutes. Meet me at Lee Tiger. I give you enough time to look at your panties and underwear because I'm not really trying to figure all that out. You do that, meet me, good, and roll on out with our chicken. We be done with the chicken by that time. Just have a good Saturday. Health and beauty, right? I might need to pick up some Dove, some of that lotion. Shoot, go home, go back to the crib, sit on the couch, talk about stuff that makes no difference in our lives. Take a nap, get back up, cook some dinner. On the body wash, right? Gotta have a body wash. I'm with you. Take a nap, get up, have some dinner, little dinner, little dinner. Shoot, maybe go for a walk, come back. Yes, and do it all again the next day. But the next day we hit Target. Yeah, the next day we hit the Target. Okay, I'm with the. Hey, I was raised on picnics, woman. I'm with the picnic. They got a nice little park down the street with a frisbee. Oh yeah, hit the Target. Oh, no, no. Yeah, girl, you ain't ready for the Target. Go in there and check out some bikes. Uh, check out some of the bikes in Target. Ride the bike around the store. Ride the bike around the store in Target. That's what I'm talking. They got a nice little food section in Target too. You can buy some stuff in Target. Get some snacks. Target. They got a nice little checkout. You got your red card? Yeah, they got Starbucks there too. Yup. That's right, they got Starbucks there. So you can go and have a go and get a Starbucks, a mocha frappe, a frappe mocha, chocolate. Heck yeah, sit there and get your Starbucks on. Walk around the store. Huh? Going home. There it is. See? Make a YouTube video right there in Starbucks. See? See? Double it up. Double it up. Doubling up on the effort. Girl, let's make a YouTube video. Right now. We're at Starbucks. Yay. Video to order. I like a frappe mocha chocolate with the extra foam on the top. Yeah, the double chocolate. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Double up. Let them know. Yeah, you on my YouTube right now. Just let you know, shouty. We YouTubing right now. We YouTubing. Letting you know right now you on YouTube. So you better get my service right. Nice tour around Target. Shoot, we got Lowe's right down the street too. Go to Lowe's and look at some tools, some candles, all the assortments of candles. lampshades and whatnot. And of course, the plants. Go Lowe's for the plants. That's what's up. Shoot. After that, aloe vera. You live down the street from Lowe's? So do I. I live in walking distance. Head up a Lowe's and there's a Kroger's across the street from there. Shoot. Across the street from there, there's a Foot Locker. You bought what? Two aloe veras? Shoot. After that, come home, take a nap. Shoot, girl, put some of that lotion on them fetus. Put that lotion, put that aloe vera on them. Yeah, oh yeah, the aloe plants. Put that lotion on them fetus. There you go. There you go. Take a nap, have some dinner. Wake up, have some dinner. Shoot. Go for a bike ride after that. Take you out to the trail. Take you out to one of these trails here, girl. You ain't ready. You ain't ready. You ain't ready for all that. You ain't ready to go out to the trails. Bike riding on the trails. Wear your helmet and your gloves and your knee. It's a bike riding trail. You can walk it too. You ain't ready for all that. That's too much. That might be too much. That might be too much. Now, if you really want to go to if you really want to go to a walking trail, they have one out at Old Man's Cave. That's about 40 minutes from here. Everybody goes to Old Man Cave and go for a walk. It's like a big community of people. It's a 2 mile walk. It's a mile there and a mile back. People do it all the time. We're walking to Old Man's Cave, and it's a nice trail. It's populated. It's got some ups and downs. It's just a nice trail to walk. It's a whole mile there and a whole mile back. It's great exercise. But you might not be ready for all that. You might not be ready to backpack. Go to one of these cabins. You might not be ready for me to take you to one of these cabins so you can listen to the stars. You might. That's too romantic. That's too much. That's too much. That's too much. I'll I'll dial it back. I'll dial it back. That's too much. That's too much. You might be trying to hug up on me after all that. You might have. That might be a little too much for you. And what needs my belly? Talk on belly, huh? Girl, what you doing with that belly? You better cut that out, girl. Girl. Shoot. How you in one of the rustic cabins, girl? I had you up in one of the rustic cabins. All right. Out there in the woods. Fishing. Girl, I had you out there fishing. Largemouth bass. Some bluegill. Crappie. Some walleye. Girl, I had you fishing. You ain't ready for this jelly. I had you out there canoeing. Kayaking. Hunting with a bow and arrow, girl. You ain't ready for this, Jelly. You know, shoot. Wading in the water, girl. I had you out there in a two-piece. I had you out there in a two-piece, girl. Shoot. I had you out there in a two-piece. Getting it. Putting worms on the hook and everything. With a whole listen, girl, you hang around me long enough, you'll have a whole toolbox and a tackle box. You fool around with me, you'll get rid of that little car you got and get yourself a get yourself a 4x4. This little sedan ain't doing nothing for me. What you got? Get rid of your, you got a little Saturn. You get rid of your Saturn, little four banger. You're like, oh hell no. I'm about to trade this in. Yeah, you like, I'm trading this in. Girl. Yeah. I have you out here right. I have you out here looking right. I had you out here filling out some Wranglers looking right. I had you filling out. I had you in some Wranglers. I had you in some Levi's looking delicious. All right. I had you in some Levi's and some boots with a fedora looking lovely. All right. Don't play with me. I'll have you in some Wranglers looking delicious. Don't play with me, woman. Don't play with me. You be looking right. You looking scrumptious. Hey, you looking right. You looking scrumptious, girl. Be looking like some buttermilk biscuit, girl. You don't want to mess around with me. Hey, you're looking like buttermilk biscuit. Shoot. You're skinny, you won't be after I'm done. Trying to tell you. You skinny, girl. You don't want to play around here. You won't be skinny after I'm done. You won't be fat either. You won't be fat either. Huh. I'm just saying. Yeah, you be looking like some biscuits messing around with me. You won't be skinny and you won't be fat. I'm just telling you now. You will be a whole episode messing around here because I don't play. Mm-hmm. Don't play. You got weave in your hair. You won't be when I'm with you. Get rid of that too. Changing all that. Changing all that. Tell you how you looking like a whole episode up in there. All right, I'm gonna email you now, and don't forget to download the video chat. All right. But hold on, let me make sure I got your email. Imagine you and me. Mm-hmm. Make sure I got your email. Okay, I did not get your email.
So I don't have your email. Okay. So happy together. I can't think of nobody but you. All my life. Imagine you and me and you. So happy together. So happy together. So happy together. So happy together. Happy together. You I don't have your email. You need my email again? You just Oh, you just sent it? Okay. Okay, I got it. All right, babe. I'll talk to you later. I'll send you my number. I'm sending it to you now. All right. Call me when you get some time. Okay. Bye. I think I'm gonna stay on now. I'm gonna stay on. Somebody else might want to chat it up. See what's going on out in the world. Somebody might want to chat it up. Talking about my generation. Can you tell me how to get to? Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? How do you get to Sesame Street? How do you get to Sesame Street? That's a good question. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? How do you get to Sesame Street? That's a damn good question. I used to want to go to Sesame Street. I think everybody wanted to go to Sesame Street. I think you had to be I think I think Sesame Street. If you didn't want to go to Sesame Street, something was wrong with you. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? Ba, ba, ba. Ooh, can you tell me? Ooh, can you tell me? Yeah. Romance. Romance. I wonder if romance is overrated. I would just not want to be romantic. Hugs and kisses? No. Hell no. I would just not want to be romantic with a woman. Right? You know what? She get mad as hell. Wine. You don't love me anymore. I think romance is a trap that, oh boy. I think romance is a trap. I do. But I think it's worth it. Like, I think romance is worth it if the woman is like super romantic too. I think if you get a woman that's like super duper romantic, like, I think it's worth it. I don't know. I'm just talking. I'm just talking. Nobody's listening anymore. It's over. But tell you what, I'm gonna talk. Cause it's Saturday. My neighbors woke me up early, arguing over something stupid. And I'm like the hound. You're a talker. I don't like talkers. You're a talker. Hound. So I'm playing StarCraft. I'm minding my own business. Because that's what I do. I play StarCraft and I mind my own damn business. And here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, you know, life would be better right now if I had some chocolate cake or something. I mean, life is okay. Life's okay. Life's good. Life's good. But it's like chocolate, man. It's like, So I'm on kind of like a somewhat of a diet. So when I go to Kroger's, I can't exactly eat what I want because, I'm fat and I have to get rid of my fatness. It's been working. I've been swimming. Been working out. I've been working out. Letting people know what the deal is. And, letting everybody know. I'm not always going to look like this. I didn't always look like this. I went through a thing. I had a thing. You guys. Everybody goes through a thing. I had a thing, and no, don't judge me. I had a thing. But, shoot. I had a thing. I had a thing. You know? You guys can be so cruel. It's the thing I went through. I went through a thing. Everybody does it. Listen, baby. Everybody plays the fool. Sometimes there's no exceptions to the rule. Listen, baby. Everybody plays the fool. There. No exception to the rules. Falling in love is such an easy thing to do. Just saying. I went through a thing, back in the day. So, when's the last time you were in love? loved. Like, I love you. When was the last time you just loved somebody? When was the last time you told somebody you loved them? Like, you were so madly in love with them. You was like madly in love with them. I think it's dangerous to be madly in love with someone. I think it's just not healthy. Gotcha. Madly in love. It's the last time you were madly in love. Like, I love you. Singing and whatnot. Acting a fool for a chick. The last time you told somebody you love them. I love you, baby. And it was quite alright. I love you, baby. To the morning light, I love you, baby. I love you. Oh, pretty baby. Papa boo pop wop, I love you, baby. Da papa da da boo twang, da papa, hey. Shabiba baba da bop doo, yeah. Ba-da, 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 ba-da. Last time you loved somebody like that. I love you, baby. It is quite alright. I love you, baby. Till the morning, my baby do my thing. I love you. It's the last time you loved somebody like that. Oh, pretty baby. I thought we might, what? I thought we was about to sing. Shout out to busy. Haven't loved nobody like that in a long time. Been infatuated, but not loved anybody like that. Like, the last person I loved like that was, shoot, almost 10 years ago. Like, I was in love with this chick. Like, oh my God, her everything. That girl was a liar and a whore, but I loved her. She was a lying whore of a woman. Oh, she was a lying whore. I loved her. I did. Like a dumbass. I loved her. All right, I gotta go.